Uh, really just the Imp and Skizz one.
Yeah, okay. Yes!
I
I got it! I got it!
Yeah,
Every
baby!
time. I love this.
Every time.
We
That was like
manifested.
within a minute.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Wow.
That's one way to start an episode right there.
Woo!
Yeah. How embarrassing.
I feel accomplished. Hang on, we'll sleep first and then we'll intro.
I'll sleep first.
You would, wouldn't you?
I'll watch him
Oh, in
sleep
my
first.
bed too, sir. You're so disrespectful.
The
I can't reach
scandal.
either of the beds. Am I introing this one or are you?
I'm lagging out. There we go. Okay,
Okay.
gosh.
Yep.
I'm gonna be time skipping, so on top of being sick, I'm also gonna be lagging. So I'm just gonna accept it. So if I'm quiet for a long period of time, I'm either hacking my lungs out or lagging my lungs out. So
We'll pray for you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Castworks. Today, our special guest is none other than the Captain Wishbone.
Oh, was it? I thought it was Lane, because this is my podcast with Izzy. Lucky Lane, special guest. Lane, who did you vote for in the last election?
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I was lagging out for half of that. Already.
That was a joke.
Yeah,
that
I
was that.
Yeah. No,
I thought it would be on par for Cap to steal all of Lane's stuff, including his podcast.
The parts I
No,
could
I
hear
love it.
were hilarious.
I wanted to take you off guard, Lane. I'm sorry for asking
no,
about your political affiliations.
no, it's okay. I think
Uh-oh.
we could leave that in. I didn't give an answer, so he broke another fishing rod.
Oh my gosh.
You bet I did.
He broke more fishing rods than we broke the entirety of Castworks season 1.
This is
Okay, it's not broken yet, but if I keep playing with it.
Let me know if you need one of us to do the combining for you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I've got
Something happened.
My
169.
lamp.
I broke your anvil.
It's fine.
Hold on,
It can-
I should actually have
watch
another
watch Lane have an anvil in his pocket. Oh my god.
one. I've got 39 actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Ow.
Okay, I'm sorry. You can continue with your podcast.
All good. Well, Cap,
Oh.
it's lovely to have you. Would you introduce yourself and tell our viewers how they might recognize you?
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Captain Wishbone. I do Minecraft YouTube so far. That's the only game I play on here. But I'm thinking about doing more someday. I don't know how you would recognize my channel. Could you
Like,
explain the question?
Well, no, for us, it's always like where majority of our viewers and subscribers came from.
Yeah, what would you say your channel's known for?
Probably my shorts. Why are you laughing?
Because
Yes,
I
my
think you don't give your main videos enough credit.
Yeah.
Well, if the question was where did my viewers come from, like I got like 10,000 views on 2 shorts back to back. One of them was Black Booties and one of them was The Dirt Man.
Oh, yep, I did watch both of those.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think my long form videos are okay, but I mean, those are the popular ones.
I love your long form videos though, and I think
yeah.
I think it's amazing.
Oh.
Obviously, how much work you put into it, but also, despite the view count, you have like a very very loyal fan base, which I think is so cool. Like everybody
Absolutely.
who likes your videos
Yeah.
absolutely loves your videos, and I can absolutely see why.
Yeah, I could easily start a cult. That would be cool.
Of all
Well,
the
that's one way to
Craftworks
look at it.
members to start a cult, I think yours would kick off the fastest. Honestly.
Probably.
They'd be like,
yeah.
wait, Cap is doing this? No more questions. Let's do it.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my word, that's hilarious.
Well, I want to share a quick anecdote before we get actually into the questions. So when we were first talking in season 1 about getting potential new members in, I remember sharing, Cap, your channel to the other crafters. And I kid you not, within minutes of me having shared your channel, at least 3 people said, OMG, he is so fun. Loved it. Like everybody was on board with it. Everybody was so stoked.
All right, good. I hope I haven't disappointed.
No, definitely not. Any time that you've been around, it's been a blast. So
Well, it's been a blast for me too. I've really enjoyed my participation here.
Well, Cap, tell us how you
Yes.
started your channel.
Okay. I don't know. It's kind of a long story, but not really a long story.
It is a
Like the
2-hour
TL
podcast.
DR Oh, okay. Well, strap in. So let's see. Summer of 22, I was unemployed and going to school for drafting. And I just was having some really bad like nights. I couldn't sleep at all. And so I was binging Hermitcraft like all night long. And I was like, this looks fun. Like I could do this. And it had been a long time since I'd been on stage. I don't like labels. I'm not a theater kid, quote, quote. But I do like to entertain and I like being on stage. And so I was like looking for another venue to do that. And I was like, I could do this Minecraft thing, maybe. I don't know. And I was like filled with self-doubt, I can't do this. Like, I don't even know where to start. And then October of 22, I watched Scar's Gamers Outreach stream. And I was like, man, how would it be to be so important, like so significant, that you could just like put together a stream for a day and earn like over $400,000, for a good cause.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that would be dope. And then I've got this around in my head, and then I discovered the Imp and Skiz podcast. You probably saw where this was going.
He listened to the What's Stopping You episode. It lagged really bad that time.
You episode, and I was like, you know what? I don't know. I don't know what's stopping me. I am stopping me. So I'm like, I'll just do it. So I started my channel in November of that year, and then I put out my first video the following year, February 23. That's where we're at.
Yeah, you started just like months before I did. Your first video went up 3 months before my first one.
Was it really that close?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, so today, as of the recording of this, is May 6th.
Happy Wishbone
Two-
Day, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Happy
yes,
Wishbone Day. I
yes.
saw your post. I meant to say it right as you walked in, and then promptly forgot.
That's okay. Sorry to distract, Lynn. You
No.
were saying May 6th?
Yeah, May 6th is
Happy Wishbone
today. May 8th is actually the 2-year anniversary since my very first upload.
Oh, wow. Well,
Happy
birthday.
anniversary.
Well, thank you.
Happy birthday. Just kidding. Let's not do
Here
that.
we go.
I don't hear anyone complaining.
No. Look, your
That's because
comments
this
ate
isn't
that
live.
up. Your comment section ate that up, man.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Your captive
don't
audience
think
at the
any of
time
us
did
expected
too.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not losing this
Yep.
time. This bet is mine.
We still have like 30 seconds.
I don't care.
I have Mini HUD up. I can see exactly what time to go to sleep.
I can tell just by clicking on this bed. Okay, well, Cap, tell us how you started playing Minecraft and what drew you into the game and made you want to keep playing.
Yeah, so my first exposure, I was in high school, and not even high school age. I was in high school. We had a class where the teacher was like, introduces a project and then kind of let us self-teach and then get through a project, and then the rest is spare time. So I had this friend who brought all the files of Minecraft in on a flash drive, and so he would just like quickly finish his project and then play Minecraft right next to me, and I was like, wow, and enjoy that game, buddy. Because it's like, I mean, like my first exposure, his startup world is like pixelated dirt and trees, right? And so I'm like, that's pretty cute. Like I thought he was playing a kid's game, and then like a week or so goes by, and I glance over, and he's like building this incredible structure, and I'm like, what is this? So that was my first exposure to it. I got into college, and my roommate sold me his Minecraft logins, and yeah, that's kind of how I started. And I keep coming back because it's just an awesome game. It's not like, I don't know, it's almost not like a game. It's more of like a vehicle for expression, It's like it's a place that doesn't have the same limitations that we do in the real world. And so it's just somewhere that you can spend time and I don't know, just create. It's a blank canvas.
Vehicle of expression. I love that.
Yeah.
That phrase.
I'm stealing that, actually.
Is that
okay.
the quip that's going on the thumbnail now?
I stole Captain Wishbone's line.
No.
Oh, vehicle of, yes, probably. Sorry.
The
Okay,
night is
well now
young.
that one has to be.
Is he
Yeah,
stole
but it's
whatever
always
you-
been like a blank stage, Like you can just do whatever you want. It's just a place
Yeah.
for you to do your thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there is no right or wrong way to play this game. It's just whatever
Yeah.
you want to do.
Yeah, that's definitely the reason I was drawn to it, too. Well, that's awesome. I love that perspective on it. Okay.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that keep coming back for that reason.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. All right. How did you come up with your name, Captain Wishbone?
Yeah. So I thought that I wanted it to be Wishbone from the start. Well, okay, here goes. Here goes. Big confession time. So that OI Foundation that I stole that picture from, that is Osteogenesis imperfecta, and that is something I actually have. So
Oh.
I break bones easy. If you've ever seen the movie Unbreakable, Samuel L. Jackson's character, he has brittle bones. That's what I have. So I figured it needed to be Wishbone, and that relates back to Scar's stream, as I was thinking about like if I could do something significant or important, like what would it be for? Like what would I contribute to if I did a stream like that? And I was like, I think, it's a super rare disease. There's only like 25 to 50,000 of us in the U.S. And so I think it doesn't get enough representation or acknowledgement or awareness. So I was like, I'm gonna be Captain Wishbone. And at first I was gonna be Mr. Wishbone. That was taken by a creepy nightmare-fueled rabbit from a long time ago. And then Wishbone was a Jack Russell Terrier from the 90s. So I was like, what can I be?
Oh my gosh,
I'll be
I get
Professor
that.
Wishbone or Captain Wishbone. That stuck.
And it's iconic to this day.
So
Indeed.
far.
That's so cool. Well, thank you for sharing. We're honored to have you tell us that on the podcast because
Yeah, no, it's all good. I was like, I don't want that to be my identity.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? I don't want people to watch me because I have brittle bones. You know what I mean? And I'm still able-bodied. It's the last thing literally anyone knows about me. Like, I want to have an identity outside of my disorder before anyone I love I will trust with, if that makes sense.
no, that absolutely
Yeah.
makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
Something.
It's like, sorry, go ahead.
Nope, you go ahead.
No, that's fine. You.
Okay, I was just gonna.
No, you. Oh, sorry.
Oh well. I was just gonna compare it to. Well, this is one of my favorite ways of explaining this because I kind of try to do the same thing with some conditions that I have, but again, not going to bring those up. But did you know that Teddy Roosevelt had asthma?
I did. I feel like I did.
Yeah.
But again, it was something that's easily forgotten because it's not his
Yeah,
personality.
because it's not what he was known for. What he was known for
Yeah.
was being a war hero and a former president. And
Yep.
he did that on purpose. He didn't want people to know he had asthma because he learned how to work with it and didn't let it limit him. And I don't know, that kind of reminds me of your situation. So I think it's really cool that you have learned to make your own definition for yourself.
Yeah, I take a lot of inspiration from Scar, to be honest. Like, the first thing you notice about Scar in person is he can't walk, right? But I mean, the last thing you find out about Scar, if you're just watching his channel, is that he has a disability. And it's like, man, like he brings so much inspiration from other aspects, like in Minecraft, his building and his adventure, like everything about Scar is so exciting. And then you find out like he's got limitations, and it's like, holy crap, he didn't even mention that once. He's not looking for attention for that reason, you know? He's like, treat me like a normal person. And then like, if I trust you, then we'll add to it, you know?
It's very inspirational for sure.
Yeah, love the guy.
I agree. And I'd say that you're just as cool as Scar.
Oh, you
Agreed.
stop that right now.
I probably have watched more of your content than Scar's content, actually. That's funny to think about.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh. Okay, I'm looking at my list. Sorry, hold on. Do.
We're totally professionals.
Absolutely, I'm definitely not
Look,
looking
even
at...
professionals take notes, man.
It's true.
I bet Teddy Roosevelt had a note once.
As Teddy Roosevelt once said, how...
Let me address this note.
Let me look at my notes.
Please hold.
Speaking of Good Times with Scar, what other channels have inspired you, Captain Wishbone?
I would say, so Scar is on that list, and he's on that list, I think, for his determination. And then Skizzleman, just for like his humor and stuff, his storytelling ability. And then Grian's also on the list. I gotta be honest, hot take here. I don't watch a ton of Grian. I get a little bit worn out from Grian, but he always has these such like ambitious ideas, and he just like capitalizes on it. He gets other people involved. So his ambition is what I watch him for. I like him.
I love that you told us why you watch all of them. I feel like people just like say the channel names and expect us to know why. But I love that you highlighted like all their best qualities in your opinion. That's so cool.
Well, I was telling Lane after you logged out to to get your audio fixed. I was like, dude, I'm freaking out. Like, I'm so
Aw.
nervous. I do not like public speaking or being put on the spot, and so it's like he sent me a couple questions that you might ask, and I'm like, okay, all right, think about this, man. And it's been weeks of me ruminating on this. I was like, I want this to be as like genuine and sincere as possible, so I didn't like answer all of them. I wanted it to feel spontaneous and organic, so I didn't like go through it. But like there have been a couple questions that's like, what do I say? What do I say? What do I say? What do I say?
Oh, wait till we get like the 3 fun facts about you. I don't know why everyone
Oh,
struggles
yeah.
with that one.
Everybody
I think
freezes
I
up on
wrote
that
down
one.
2 so far.
We'll give you
That's
some
what I'll
time.
be thinking out
Yeah.
for the last.
We'll give you some time there. Okay.
Yeah.
How would you describe your building style?
I'm not a builder. Next question.
What is your building process?
Crap. I'm more of like a functional builder. Like I have a really hard time envisioning stuff beforehand. So it's like, okay, what do I need? Like I need an iron farm. How do I get an iron farm? And it's not gonna look pretty, but it's gonna work. It's gonna give me iron.
No, I love that. That's kind of fun. We don't have a whole lot of like practical builders on Craftwork, but I feel like that's kind of an untapped thing on Minecraft YouTube because everyone who plays Minecraft starts out with like quote unquote practical builds. Because a lot of people just play it for the sake of playing it like a game, not as an art
Yeah.
form or anything like that. So honestly, I kind of wish we had more representation for that on Minecraft YouTube. So
Yeah.
I just probably never progressed. Like everyone starts the same, but I'm like, I'm stuck in the nest. I won't fly. No one will push me out.
I think you just have a different way of playing the game.
There are things that are more important to me for sure.
Exactly.
Than like making it look pretty. That's why like even on Craftworks, it's like, let's plan this big community event. And I'm like, yay, that sounds so excited. And they're like, we're gonna build a town hall. And I'm like, oh crap, I'll leave. I'll step out.
Aw. Well, see, I'm not good at planning like social events.
It's hard.
Yeah,
It's hard.
It
And I
takes-
mean,
It
I
is.
I don't want anyone to like try and include me, like if it's gonna be difficult for the majority. So it's like I'm totally fine, just like enjoying it later, you know.
sorry.
Yeah, social events are hard, especially in a group setting like this because we're all in different time zones. We all
Yeah.
have different work schedules, and we've all got different personal lives outside of this. It's so hard to line up a time when everybody can be able to participate in anything.
Yeah, so I actually I've been trying to like interact with others, but while we're not on together. Like cuz I like you said like it's really hard to organize times. So it's like, okay, what can I do that they'll notice and then respond to, you know? Like in season 1 when I put that big W on the side of your ship, I
Yeah.
was like, okay, perfect. This is giving Lane an opportunity to respond and we have some interaction on the channel even when we're not on together.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You know, I think even as creators in this field where we can't all be online at the same time together all the time, being able to do little things, such as that is kind of a big thing because I mean, even then the viewers get even just the smallest taste of another member
Yeah.
for even a brief minute. Because I mean, there are times where some of us have videos with little to no interactive content just because of time zones and just differences in our everyday lives that make it hard to do. So I mean, when
Mhm.
those little things pop up and I can acknowledge, hey, somebody else has been on and they did something over here, it kind of gets exciting.
Yeah, for sure. I loved like all of your like dad jokes that you put on signs all over the place.
Yeah,
then
I
when
wanted to bring
Izzy,
that
like-
back. Yeah.
The like on the side of your apartment where Izzy puts her little
Yeah, but yeah.
she's like, "Hey, this looks like me."
Yeah.
It's great.
That's actually one of my favorite SMP content forms to watch is like the back and forth interactions, even if they don't meet up in the world itself, just like seeing the pranks and the results and the back and
Mhm.
forth.
It's its own little story.
It is.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. And like the conflict builds and you get to the climax and then you're done. And it's on to the next bit.
Yeah. And I mean like
Yeah,
some
that was
of the
our Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say some of the pranks and stuff like a lot of times like we know that there's going to be a prank or something. We don't necessarily know what's going to happen. Like when the whole pufferfish thing started with this season, I had mentioned to Oda, I was like, "Look, all I'm saying is you got to log in while recording because I want to see this reaction." And the next thing I
Yes.
know, it actually turns into this pufferfish war. And then like somehow like later in the season, Melissa's like, "Hey, come help me with my dunk tank." So I come over there, and she pufferfishes me in the dunk tank. It's the little things, you know. I love that.
Yeah, like season 1, I didn't expect us to have a whole season revolving around me stealing your ship. Like that was
Yeah,
I just wanted to do one quick little itty bitty gag, and then it just like escalates, and all of a
yeah,
sudden we've got 2 ships side by side for the season finale, and it's like, okay, you know what? That was a good story. That was fun.
yeah. It was a lot of fun.
That kind of
I
brings
think the
up.
little stories are
Oh,
important.
go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I think the little stories are important. It helps tie in not just what we do, but the overall world that we're building here.
Hmm.
I have a follow-up question to that though. That's not on the list, but been really curious
Ah,
about
crap.
it. I know, I'm throwing us off. I'm sorry. Improv. I am curious, Cap, how much of your content really is that spontaneous? Because I know you do plan quite a bit, but there's also a lot that you just kind of like you go with it and you go all into whatever little bit that you've created for your video and it turns out into like the cinematic masterpiece like it was scripted from the start. How do you do that?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's like you've been in stage productions before, right?
Oh yeah.
Izzy, I think you have. Yeah, Lane, I'm not sure.
Nope.
Okay, yeah. Well, like sometimes like things go wrong, right? So like you have a script, you've been rehearsing it for months, but sometimes the sound cue is off, or sometimes they play the wrong sound, or the lights aren't right, or someone forgets their lines and you have to adapt. So you're prepared, you know your stuff, but you have to act on the fly. And
Mm.
that's kind of where that's my style, I guess, is so my ideas come like we'll be sitting, my wife and I will be like laying in bed and I don't know, we'll be just dozing off to sleep. Like, do you remember? I'll give you an example. The dream sequence that I did in the season 1.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, so like I was just laying in bed and I was like, oh man, that would be so funny if I could blow Lane's ship up. Like we've got this rivalry going on. If I could just fill that baby with TNT and just explode it. And I was like, okay, how could I make that happen? You know, like I've seen a lot of people do that, like where they go into a creative world and blow something up, and then they're like, I'm just kidding, that was funny, you know. And I'm like, oh, well that wasn't fun, you know. And so I was like, how do I do that without being cheesy? And so I was like, okay, like what if we had this entire dream sequence that was just off the rails? Like I'm hitting Oda up about stealing my diamonds, so let's include a little snippet of Oda stealing diamonds in my dream so that I have a basis, you know? And then I've got this rivalry with Lane, and everyone's like, oh, because of the dragon fight, he loves carrots and potatoes, so I'll include a lot of those. And then it's just like, so I'm laying in bed just talking this out with my wife, like, oh my gosh, and then what if this? And then what if that? And then what if this? And then, so I've got a script or an outline planned, and then I try and communicate that to everybody, but things go wrong, and you just kind of have to act on the fly. Like the DJ sequence, there was a lot during the DJ sequence
Oh yeah.
that
There was a
didn't
lot
quite,
that happened. Yeah.
yeah, it didn't quite go to plan, but it was the general outline that I had planned and kind of bullet pointed for you guys, and we stuck pretty close to that. But there was like stuff that obviously I couldn't expect you guys to memorize a 20-minute script. So like we just kind of plan the basic outline and then go with it.
Yeah. One of us died prematurely. What sucker would do that?
Who would do that on my stage?
Definitely
But
wasn't me.
I also love those improv moments when something goes wrong though, because in not all the time, but in a lot of the cases, those little mistakes make it better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, they really do. If you
If you react, uh, if you react appropriately to the situation.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, capitalize on it was the word I was looking
Yeah.
for. If you capitalize on it, like with the zinc, like during the DJ set with the zinc, I was like trying to give him like this super sweet, like, oh, special zinc, like it's his birthday, you sweet 29-year-old, and everyone was like kind of pitching in with funny quips and stuff, and I thought, okay, well, I could hush them, but that would, you know, it wouldn't be funny, it wouldn't be fun. So I'm like, let's over exaggerate this, and I yelled at everybody, and everyone got a good laugh, and then we continued on, you know. So you just got to roll with the punches sometimes.
Yeah, I think the ability to improv and do stuff like that on the fly, especially with what we do, is incredibly important. I mean, like you guys have got stage experience, so
Mhm.
like that's something that you guys know a little bit about. I I know about improv musically. I don't know about improv in terms of stuff like this. So that's why I typically record everything on the fly. So this way I can try to improv some of it. And I've gotten better over time, but I'm still like I'm not on the Captain Wishbone level of improv there.
I don't think I'm like anyone to be, I don't know what's the word, emulated or
That's a good
sought
word,
after.
yeah.
Music theory and improv here like on stage is really similar, I think. Like you've got to know chord progressions and you've got to know what notes fit within those chords. There's a lot of practice that has to be done. Not a
Yeah.
lot of people, like I played in jazz bands for, oh geez, I was in ninth grade. I don't know, how old are you in ninth grade? 13,
I
14?
something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's been a long time, like 20
Yeah.
something years of, but like not a lot of people actually play a different solo every time they improv. Like sometimes they play it in rehearsal the exact same as they do, which is just practice.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I think there's a lot of like similarities between improving on stage and in Craftworks as there is to music.
I could see that. I just like my brain is not gotten to that point with I don't want to call it acting because like I mean you guys have worked with me. You guys know I don't really act here. I'm
Mhm.
just me.
Yep.
But in terms of what I do here, it's a little different. Like my brain is there for music mode, but not so much of recording mode.
Speaking of improv, I don't have a bit. I'm just trying to buy myself time. Okay.
So Elaine, who did you vote for?
No. It's too early for callbacks.
But I want to hear more about theater and whatever else, Cap, you like to do IRL, because I want to know what your hobbies are outside of Minecraft. What brings you joy? What else do you do for fun?
Okay. I do like theater. I think like I could sum it up with like I just really enjoy entertaining people. I like making people happy, making them laugh. I've always kind of been a class clown just because I don't know, gets a reaction and people smile and it makes me happy. So I like theater, I like entertaining. I like to play guitar and piano, trumpet, sing. Like woodworking. I like to read. Yeah.
That's
like
quite the
my family.
repertoire.
That's a lot, yeah.
Thank you.
There's definitely more than I've got.
Lane, comparison is the thief of joy.
Look, I'm not comparing in that style, okay? And not in that context. Just
Yeah,
looking
no,
at
it's fun.
number-wise here.
Interesting. Well, kind of on that subject, with all of that in mind, what is your dream job, Cap?
My dream job. I don't know. Like it doesn't relate to music because like so I studied music for a couple years in college and they were kind of trying to take my hobby and my passion and turn it into a science. You know what I mean? And so I wouldn't say any of my hobbies or passions relate to my dream job. I don't know. When I was a kid, I really wanted to fly. I wanted to be a pilot.
I mean, that's a cool one.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was actually about to ask about your childhood dream job, so that works too. Why flying? Anything in particular?
Not really. When I was 11, my mom and I took a school trip to Washington D.C. That was the first time I flew, and it was like you feel that aggressive rumbling while you're on the tarmac, and then all of a sudden there's nothing. You know what I mean? Like you just lift off, and the G's increase, and it's like I don't know. I just really enjoyed the feeling. And then on that day specifically, it was super stormy, like really rainy, so I was kind of scared. But then, like, we got into the clouds and it was just gray. It was like someone had painted the window gray. And that lasted for about 20 minutes. And I was like, are we flying? Is this real life? You know what I mean? and then we broke through the clouds and the sun was just like off in the distance, like forward, not above me, but forward. And so, like, I could see the shadow of every cloud crest. And it was just this big blanket as far as you could see of cotton. And it was like, man, like I would never have seen this had I not got on this plane, you know? And I know every day wouldn't be that, but man, I love the sensation of flying.
See, I've never gotten to experience that. I've still never been on a plane before.
What?
Yeah, this year is going to be the first time I take a flight, as long as I buy these tickets ahead of time.
I'll give you a tip. Can I give you a
Okay,
tip?
give me a tip.
So your the atmospheric pressure on your body is different the higher you go.
Yeah.
So if you don't think you have to pee before you land, you have to pee. So pee.
Okay.
When the pilot's like, ladies and gentlemen, we're about 20 minutes from, if you wouldn't mind just making your last minute, just go pee, man. Just do it. Because, like,
Good to know.
as the plane descends, your bladder's going to be like, oh boy, there's a little extra pressure here. And then you'll have to
Yeah.
pee. So just pee.
Okay, good to know. And as much hydration as I've gotten since meeting E and the fact that I drink nothing but water now, I'm gonna have to go anyway. So
Yeah. You'll be like descending and you'll be like, E, why have you done this to me?
exactly. Oh man, I will definitely keep that in mind. I'll
Yes,
just put
please
that in
do.
my notes on my phone. So when I'm on my flight, just note to self, remember to pee.
Pee. Doesn't even have to be in the bathroom. Just go.
Yeah, that's where my head went
That
to.
was a joke. That was a joke.
Yeah, we all thought it. It's okay.
Oh man.
Yeah. Or don't pee and just tell us like, you know what? Cap was right.
Cap was right.
Be the warning. Be the cautionary tale.
I saw,
Yeah,
I
actually,
saw
don't pee and then tell us about it next
Yeah.
time on the podcast.
Oh wow. Okay.
I saw a sign on the tarmac once that said baggage carts must yield to oncoming aircraft. And it's like, that had to happen once. that wouldn't be a sign.
I want
There's
to
a
be.
story behind every warning label.
Oh yeah, and
Yes.
every
Yes, there
weird
is.
law in every state.
Yeah. Well, boy, we've got a few of those here.
Oh yeah. Is it too early for the grilled cheese question?
I don't think it's ever too early for the grilled cheese
All right.
question.
All right, Cap. What's your favorite way to prepare a grilled cheese?
You're gonna have to stay with me on this one. Are you ready?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So first,
Okay.
I step into the bathroom.
I'm
check the
lost.
mirror.
Nope. Oh.
Okay.
I said stay with me.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Izzy.
I get
Sorry,
lost very easily.
Wow.
No, I did the
Oh,
thing
man.
that you don't do to twins. I did the thing. So I step into the bathroom and I stare in the mirror and I make sure my hair looks nice and I trim my eyebrows and mustache. Then I go into the closet and I pick a nice pressed white button-up shirt with my wife's favorite tie. Then I ask Alexa, play something smooth like jazz. You like jazz? I ask Alexa. And then Alexa plays some beautiful jazz. And then I step into the kitchen or the living room, wherever my wife is at. And I say, may I have this dance? And then I lick both my pointer finger and my pinky finger. And I straighten my eyebrows. And then we dance. So we dance for a moment. And then she says, what's gotten into you lately? And then I dip her. And my baby looks on and says, wow, this is real love. And then I whisper into her ear and I say, honey, would you please make me a grilled cheese sandwich? The end.
I was trying so hard to not laugh through that entire story.
You see, Captain Wishbone does not cook. He tries, but he burns everything he touches. And so just for the safety of our home and to keep my home insurance premiums low, I try not to burn the kitchen down
Oh,
and I just
man.
let my wife take care of it.
Oh my gosh. And the worst part is, like, you never know in moments like these if this is improv or if he actually thought of this beforehand.
It was on the list. I think he had prep time. We need to take it off.
Even if it wasn't, I would have known by the last 20 podcasts that this was a question on
That's
its way.
fair.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
I don't.
Now the question is that a true story? Do I really do that? And I guess you'll never know.
Someone needs to get in contact with Captain Wishbone's wife and fact check this.
Ms. Wishbone.
I could ask her how she makes grilled cheese.
I mean, there we
Nah,
go.
it's not
That's an idea.
I think we'll keep it a secret. I like the lore. I don't want to know. I don't want to know
Okay.
now. All right.
Well,
Well, I don't think we can top that, but let's try anyway. So,
I don't know what she does to it. It's a great sandwich.
Oh,
We can
good.
move on though.
If you want to keep talking about it, it's up to you.
I'm always thinking about it. We might as well. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, look, a good grilled cheese, that should always be on the forefront of somebody's mind.
Yep. My whole frontal lobe it's the shape of
grilled
grilled
cheese.
cheese. Yep. It's my personality center. What would
Yeah.
grilled cheese do?
his
The,
core
the
memory.
front side of my brain is grilled cheese. The left side of it is mac and cheese.
Oh, oh. We'd better move on before I start salivating.
Gonna be more sick
You know how
than
I make a mac
before.
and cheese?
Sure.
Oh gosh.
I step into my bathroom.
Okay, never
I
mind.
look in the
Let's- we don't have time for another segment of this.
I
Cap,
don't know. I think we still got another 20 minutes
I
left.
am
of this
moving
part.
us away from the grilled cheese question.
Message me in Discord.
We have 20 more minutes. Hold on.
of the first
Oh,
the first
man.
piece. The fans want their answers question. We gotta move on.
The fans need answers.
Okay, Cap, what is your dream Minecraft project?
My dream Minecraft project?
Yes,
I have not thought about the future in a long time.
that is totally
Like-
fair.
The Titanic, it's taking everything right now.
Yeah.
So
you've been
I
working
don't
very
know,
hard on that,
honestly.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's that's probably my dream project so far.
That's awesome, though. That means you're doing your dream project. That is so cool.
Fulfilling my
He
dream.
is. You have to find a new dream after that.
No, I'll probably just cancel by then. I'll be like, hey, thanks for the 7 new subs. I'm out.
Aw. Well, I hope it gains you more than that. Go out with a bang.
Yeah.
Go get in some fights with some other YouTubers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could.
Moving
Let's not do
swiftly along.
And I'm
Hold me
afraid.
back, Lane. Hold me back.
I'm afraid to
Rolls up
comment.
sleeves. This morning I was like, has anyone else done a Titanic build? And so I searched in how to build the Titanic, and so I'm scrolling, and there's like the group that's done the Titanic tutorials, and so I'm like, okay, they've done it in creative. That's sure. I can respect that for sure, and I'm using their blueprints, so absolutely they're doing great work. But then there was this one guy. He's like, I built the Titanic in hardcore, and I'm like, sure you did, buddy. And so I watched. It was a 7-minute video. He did it start to finish, and he didn't like do any interiors. And then like periodically throughout, he's like, I don't even know what this thing is for. It doesn't seem very aerodynamic. And I'm like, it's a crane, you idiot! Like it's how you pick things up that are heavy. So I'm sorry to get passionate, but I was like, all right, this makes Cap the only person that has done a complete, including interior, survival Titanic build. And I couldn't have done it without my friends here at Craftworks, of course, but it's like, I get a little heated up. I'm like, you didn't. He had like 3.4 million views on the thing, and I'm like, oh, if I don't hit 3.4 million views, so help me.
You guys heard it here, folks. Yeah, you guys have to help get Cap to 3.4 million.
Yep.
Respect
You don't
the
have to
Titanic.
subscribe.
Oh, please subscribe. At least
Well,
half of you
please
need
do,
to
yes.
subscribe. Yeah.
Half of 3.4 million I could retire. I think that'd be fun.
All right, there's the dream, guys. The new Minecraft project is to get Cap to 3.4 million views on his next video.
Oh man.
All right, we're holding you all to
I've
it.
been out there. I've been out there since you did the first part of it, and this like, I'd seen the progress and stuff before, but I had never seen it in person until I went out there, obviously. And when I went out there, it's completely different from any screenshots or watching the video tutorials. It is so huge. It's not even halfway, or it is halfway. I don't know where it is in its progression right now, but
Oh, dude.
it's already
Oh,
swallowing
buddy.
my build whole in terms of how many blocks are placed.
Well, dude, I was gonna like, speaking of scale and how like the video just doesn't do it justice. Your castle out there, holy crap! Like, I walked over to your storage room and I walked out into the main cavern, like the cavern. I call it a cavern because it's the size of a cave, like the main entryway. And then I
The
looked out the
foyer.
door. Yeah, the foyer. There we go. And I look out the door and there's all these like spires out there where your big retaining wall is, and I'm like, holy crap! Like, this guy's put in some serious effort. So kudos to you.
I appreciate it, Cap. I really do. It's been fun doing something like that, learning from it.
And you've just like, that's kind of on the fly, right? You're not following any. This is your first one that you're just kind of building.
Yeah, no, the mega build, that's 100. Well, I'm not gonna say 100% me. I mean, it's inspired from a builder named Sword Self, but I took his reference image, or his image that he posted, made it a reference image. And basically, like, I did take elements from that, but most of it is original, and with the help of a few other people inside and outside of Craftworks.
Yeah, it's stunning. It's beautiful. And Izzy, we can't forget you, of course. Like, you might not have anything to that scale, but dude, your detail, unmatched.
Aw,
Yeah, for sure.
thank you. I was totally fine with being left out of that conversation.
No way, man.
I don't do mega, but thank you very much. That is very sweet. I am going to pull it out. Captain Wishbone, tell us 3 random facts about yourself. Go.
Oh no.
The panic, the panic in his
crap.
voice there.
Bye. Logs off.
Aw.
I have. Okay, I have a wicked fast metabolism.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't gain weight. I just don't. I have been on tour a number of times singing internationally, and I've broken over 40 bones. I don't want to keep coming back to that, but I can't.
But no, that's a
I
pretty
can't
large
top
number.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I hate, like, earlier I was like, this doesn't define me. I have so much more. And now it's like, name 3 facts. And I'm like, I break easy.
I feel
Don't
like
forget, I'm disabled.
Sorry, I'm dying. I think we should
don't
have
do
led
that.
with this question at that point, though, and then had you explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I couldn't think of anything else. I'm like, well, what's unique about you? Well, I doubt anyone else has broken 40 bones.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pretty high up there number.
Yeah,
I'll
you've
give
set
you
the bar
that.
pretty high.
I lost count in the 30s, so I don't actually know the number, but
Ah,
it's up there.
that's it. Yeah.
I'd say that's impressive. I mean, it's not fun, but it's an impressive number.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And we'll move swiftly along so we don't have to
We don't have to
dwell on
dwell
that
on
thing
that,
that
yeah.
doesn't define you. Okay, if you were famous for something other than Minecraft, Cap, what would it be?
That's like super hard because I like I like the idea of being famous in Minecraft on my nameless and faceless channel. Like I can still go to the movies, I can still go to concerts and, you know, theme parks, but I'm not like swarmed. So I don't know if I want to be famous. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I were famous, I'd want to be famous for something that I did one time, and so that like I weren't consistently expected to repeat it. Like for sports, if I was like a basketball player, they'd be like, "Do better," you know.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I'd want to do something just once and be like, "Wow, he was a legend," you know. But it'd probably be something around music. But I can't be faceless and do music.
I don't know, I
Marshmallow?
mean,
Boy
the-
of Ook?
Marshmallow, Buckethead.
Yeah.
Who?
Never mind.
Yeah.
These sound like unfamous people to me.
Oh, look, I don't listen to Marshmallow or Buckethead for
Ah.
that matter, but
The
I
truth
know
comes out.
I got one for you, Cap, that you could do faceless. What about voice
Okay,
actor?
here we go. You know, I've thought about that.
I think
I have.
you should keep thinking about it because I've heard you I've helped. Well, not really helped, but I directed you voice acting.
Yeah, we did. We did a project together. It
We
was fun.
did. It was a lot of fun, and I think you did amazing. So I'd love to see you do it again.
Oh. I actually, do you want to hear it here first moment on Castworks podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lane,
so
Lane,
there was
hype. Lane, help me hype.
Lane.
look, yes.
Support me!
Yes, of course, Cap.
So there was a large base of the community that was not too impressed with the Minecraft movie, and so there's a large community that is making their own version.
I
the
remember hearing
Minecraft
about
movie?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, this could be fun. So I followed them, and I'm in their Discord. And recently, they've put out applications for their social media representation on their voicing over their social media posts and stuff. And so I was like, why not? So I applied, and I'm in round 3 right now.
Oh,
Dude, that is
nice.
awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That is
Yeah.
very cool.
Could be pretty neat.
Bruh. Okay, I wanna hear more about this. I need updates.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted. I'll be like, next week, I'll be like, yeah, they said no. And then this whole
Aw.
hear it here first on Castworks will be for naught. But, you heard it here first, folks.
But round 3 is crazy. Like callbacks are so hard to
yeah.
get in this kind of work.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, it started out with some, like, recruiters and scouts and stuff. And then now I'm talking with the head of the project, like the guy who started the Discord. And so it's like, maybe I'm farther along than I think.
That is so
I mean,
cool.
it sounds like it.
Yeah, it would be neat. It'd be pretty cool.
I'll
That
vouch
would
for
get my
you.
name out there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send them to your way. If
Yeah.
I could get a letter of rec from you and E.
I'll send him all of your audio files that I've got.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm curious about this one, even though the answer might be short. What are your thoughts on conventions, Cap? VidCon, TwitchCon, anything like that?
I love what they're doing. Full speed ahead.
Would you consider joining one?
Joining as in like do a panel or something?
Yeah.
I don't love public speaking,
Mm.
and I would love to remain faceless, you know? Just to keep things simple. So I don't know. I would love to go. I really like doing conventions, but yeah, I don't know. I would
Okay.
do one. I would do one eventually. Like if I were like full-time job status, I might consider doing a face reveal and then doing some conventions. I think that'd be cool.
That would be
But
cool.
even then, like, you can go and just hang out and not even have to represent yourself.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I did a Comic-Con one time. I had a family member who was involved. Have you ever heard of the Swan Princess?
Yes.
I have not.
I have.
Lane has not, because Lane has no culture. That's okay,
Yeah.
Lane.
Yeah.
I kid. I kid. You're gonna look real weird walking into Blockbuster asking for a Swan Princess disc, though. Because now you're
Okay.
intrigued. No, but I had family that was like, he's the executive producer in the Swan Princess series, and so they had a booth once at a Comic-Con, and I actually went and ran it for him, and it was cool.
That's really cool. Is
So I do. I love that environment. It's fun.
mm-hmm. It's kind of cool. All those passionate people all in one place. Is there anyone you would want to see at a convention? Any creators other than Craftworks people, of course?
I'd probably go talk to Skiz and Scar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I struggle because like I've gone to conventions in the past and it's like you could have a signature by this guy and I'm like, "Yay, that'd be cool." And then I'm like, "What would I say?" And then I back out. So,
Oh, I've done
I
that too
don't
many
know.
times. No, I'm in the same boat
Yeah.
actually. I get so nervous around people.
Unless I were like I had my logo printed on a business card or something and I was like, "Hey, I'm your biggest fan." And then I slipped it in their back pocket while we were hugging and he'd be like, "What? One of my 3,000 fans has a YouTube channel?" And
Networking
he'd be
at
like
its
my
finest.
biggest fan ever.
Nice.
Yep.
I could see that
I
happening.
mean, to be fair, that's kind of what it's like, though. I mean, look at Feather and how much networking he's done over the last
Oh,
year,
yeah.
and how crazy it's been just seeing the amount of people that he's come in contact with. And I mean, he's at like 3,000 subscribers. I mean, it's still crazy to see
Uh-huh.
Yeah, his
So
confidence
networking's
is
there.
unmatched.
Oh,
I
it
love
is.
that guy.
for sure.
I wish I had that.
Aw.
Yeah, same.
Well, at least you can act like it.
I can pretend.
We can pretend. Fake it till you make it. Unfortunately, that actually is more true than it sounds.
Yeah.
But it works. So we'll keep doing it. Okay, last question before we wrap up part 1.
Better be a good one.
Oh, well,
I
no
walk
pressure
into
now.
my
Hang
bathroom.
on.
And I look into the.
I haven't even asked yet.
We already got the
What's your
dildo
favorite thing to
cone.
do in Minecraft? Walk into the bathroom. Stare in the mirror.
It is canon now. That has actually happened.
Ah, let's go. There are so many bathrooms on the
References.
Titanic. Sorry, go ahead.
There actually are a couple bathrooms on this server. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you could add anything to Minecraft Cap, what would it be?
I
Mob,
don't
block,
know if I
color.
have an answer. What did you say?
I was giving suggestions out of. I don't know.
My conscious is saying. My subconscious is giving me an answer. One sec. It's a little staticky. Izzy, say it again. Reception's block. There's a
would you
forehead
add a
in the way.
mod or a block or another animal type? I don't know.
My subconscious is giving me terrible ideas.
Your subconscious
on my
is
own.
nervous. Hold on. You caught me off
I'm
guard.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I struggle with this one because it's almost like I don't know. By saying I would add something, it makes me seem like I'm unsatisfied with it, and I'm
Oh,
not.
yeah.
Like, I think this is good. Like, Minecraft is good. Let me see if in my notes I wrote something that I would add, and it's just not coming to mind right now.
Ooh, our handy dandy notebook.
Aha, here it is.
Haven't heard
Okay,
that in
I
years.
think. Oh, yes. I feel passionately about this one, but not passionately enough to remember it on the fly. I would increase the inventory space in creative. In
Oh,
survival, it makes
yeah.
sense. Like, why not? Like, of course, you're gonna have some limitations. You can't carry 39 anvils around. Like, duh, you're gonna have some limitations in survival. But in creative, like when you're just trying to build something, like, come on, man. I need more than 27 blocks.
I
Yeah.
think the hotbar needs to be longer and creative.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I found that to be one of the most useful things with me learning to build using Axiom in creative because you can switch between hotbars there with ease.
Ah. But then I'd have to
It
learn
has
how to
made life
do
easier.
that.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You literally, it's just you hold the Alt button and then you use your mouse wheel. That's all it is.
You underestimate my
Doesn't work.
what? Hang on.
Well, you don't have Axiom. We're in a server.
Uh-huh. I see what you mean.
I think you underestimate how much it takes for us to learn new things.
You've used Axiom before. I watched
I
you do
learned
it,
that,
like
but-
on the
Hush,
stream
child.
or something.
Hush.
Did you see how long it took for me to figure out how to copy paste?
I remember I was there.
I always I'll learn something well enough to use it once, and then I'll not use it for a long time, and then I'll
Yep.
come back to it and be learn it all over again.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, I know there's a way to do this, but I can't remember how, and I can't remember what to search.
That's
And then
me
it's
with
like, all right,
my
might as well
work.
just delete the software.
Yep, I do that. Well, I think that is all the time that I hit everything but F5. There we go. It is time for us to wrap up part 2 of Captain Wishbone's interview. Thank you so much for joining us, Cap. We will see you in a couple minutes, but to all of the viewers, it's going to be another week. So, tune in next
Yeah.
time for part 2.
See you next week.
Bye.
Yeah.
Hope we gave enough suspense.
Yeah,
what
really.
could he be saying next week? What could it be?
Yeah, we're gonna answer your questions. Oh, go check out the fan Discord. There we go. I did it. I saved us.
There,
Don't
yeah.
worry, guys. We're not fired today.
Love it. Well done.
All right.
Fired. We started this.
Bye.
Well, I could replace you anytime, Lane.
Oh, unfortunately, that is true. Yeah.
Well, that is.
Yeah.